Well, all right, y'all. All across the USC, Compton, Watts, Bay to LA, Pomona, California, from valley to valley, we represent that killer Cali. So if you keeping it real on your side of your town, you tune in to Gangsta Chronicles.
Gangsta Chronicles, we gon' tell you how it goes.
If I lie, my nose will grow like Pinocchio. We gon' tell you the truth and nothing but the truth.
Gangsta Chronicles, this is not your average show.
You're now tuned into the real MC8, Big James, and Big Steel.
This is strictly from the streets.
Hello.
We represent the J's.
I'd like to welcome you to another episode of the Gangsta Chronicles, and I'm with my homeboys.
Big J.
Jill.
And y'all know what it is, man. You know what? There's a lot of stuff going on. I was talking to 8 earlier, man. And it seemed like we just on the repeat of these ass whoopings and these killings that these police officers is doing, man. And it's just like after a while, you just like, damn, another one, man. You know, we found out that the police officer, man, who killed the young brother Dante Wright during a traffic stop said that she mistakenly drew her pistol instead of a taser. Then we had an army officer get pepper sprayed and stumped out, man. It's like this is just a recurring theme right now. And I don't want to just, like, I don't want to rehash a whole bunch of stuff that's been said already, man. But I don't think this will ever end. It's been going on since the 60s, man. It's been going on since the 60s. The only difference is now, man, is we got folks with their camera phones out and everything else, man.
What y'all fail to realize that with the Trump shit and all the other shit that's been going on, and them people that raided the Capitol, some of them people were army people, police, the whole nine. You have white racist people in law enforcement, and they showing you that they racist. This shit ain't gonna stop unless the courts start locking these motherfuckers up. And they're not gonna do all of them. They're not gonna lock all of them up. So, I mean, whether you reply, whether you get out the car and lay on your motherfucking belly or whatever, it don't matter. Shit ain't gonna stop.
No,
we gotta deal with that shit.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's never no surprise, man. I mean, I don't understand how motherfuckers don't realize how, you know, to us this is no shock. Like you said, it's kind of repetitious and shit because it's the normal for niggas that grew up in that situation, man. You know what I'm saying? Accidental shootings or getting your ass whooped by the police or shit was what we learned to accept when we grew up in the motherfucking hood. You know what I'm saying? A lot of us motherfuckers wasn't out on the corners or didn't give a fuck if we was getting dropped off in enemy hoods or getting our asses beat in jail by the COs or any of that shit. It was normal territory. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like repetitious behavior that you keep seeing. But it's just the fact, like you said, everybody got fucking camera phones and everybody's so curious to see what these cops do to motherfuckers because of, you know, my man George Floyd or anybody else who's lost their life due to this era of social media. But man, I grew up in a time when it wasn't computers or social media and shit. It was the normal shit. You got your ass whooped by the police or somebody got killed. You wasn't running down to the police station to report. You feel me? Because it was something that we was bred into.
Yeah, for real, man. And you know, we got some brothers, man, from Chicago tonight, man. Chi-Town's own Speedknot Mobstaz, man. The homie Big Rick, man. Turtle Banxx, man. Liffy Stokes, man. How y'all fellas doing tonight, man?
Bless.
Bless. What's good?
Man, so we talking about this thing, man, and the thing that, like, I would say, man, really, as far as gang culture go, man, Los Angeles and Chicago, man, is probably two of the main cities in the country that's been having it cracking like since the 60s. Would y'all agree?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, for sure.
We agree on that.
Yeah, and so, like, I was talking to you a little bit off camera, Rick, earlier about just the differences. You was breaking it down to me on how Chicago go. I know how the politics go in Chicago. You know, West Side is this, the South Side is that, and everything, man. with the level of crime that y'all got, man, because y'all some killing motherfuckers in Chicago, man.
But you know what? It's always been that. It's just publicized right now. And like Chicago is a mob city, meaning like it move with structure. So you got to think we're in a day of where ain't no structure, but we still got structure, if that makes sense. So it's, it is what it is right now. And the only
It's
aid
like,
to it
yeah.
is,
It's like when the feds knew what they was doing, man. You know what I'm saying? In the early 2000s, they was taking away all the cheese on the street. You know what I'm saying? They was sweeping the street, taking away all the gang leaders. They knew once you knock the head off, you got a whole bunch of roaches and rats running around. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no guidance, ain't no law. In Chicago, I don't know how y'all do it too tough in LA like that, but we got laws, we got order. You know what I'm saying? We do prayers and everything. It's a whole different type of structure with our gang culture. And it's like they got took away. Now it ain't nothing but just violence. It ain't no upliftment. It ain't no learning. Ain't no cheese giving no guidance. Ain't no OGs telling the shorties or smacking the shorty when he out of pocket. Ain't none of that.
Okay, would you say, because I know back then, like as far as Chicago go, y'all had gang leaders, like you said, they had a lot of structure that was serious. They almost ran that shit like a business.
Yeah,
Exactly.
it was.
they did.
And you couldn't come on no block. Couldn't come on no block kicking off nothing unless you got okay. If you did whatever was your head, you was getting a punky head. You might be fucking up a $5,000, $10,000 a day block over there with some goofy shit. So you had to get the okay to do stuff.
You had to get okay. Talking to James a lot. Talking to James, he is the originator of Law and Order, and he always talks about that, like as far as guidance, man, guide the young people with certain principles and stuff like that, man. So would you say you saying that the lack of leadership and OGs on the penitentiary kind of sparked all this killing, this reckless killing that's going on in Chicago today?
Exactly. Ain't no guidance, man.
Ain't nobody to hold them accountable for their actions. And in our day, we was accountable for any action, anything. And that was law. We had to learn that. We had to understand that. We didn't know that then. We had to face the consequences. So we just got a gang of people outside that just no consequences. They just can write their own manuscript and forget the old one.
Yeah, for sure. So Liffy, your name comes from a notorious figure in Chicago, man. I want to always ask you, is you related to Liffy Stokes?
No, when I came with my name, I was like, I ain't want to be like, them New York niggas, man, using all that Gambino, all that old Italian shit. I wanted to come with some people that come from our color, our culture in the game and made it big. So I'm like, I came with the Fluky Stokes, Liffy Stokes. I'm like, I'm going to be Liffy Stokes, you know what I'm saying? And represent for that. I ain't want to do the Italian shit.
That's gangster, because around that time, everybody was Gambino this and that, or Don Sicilione and all this other stuff, man.
Right.
Because
they don't like us. They don't like us anyway. Why the fuck you gonna take their name?
Exactly.
That's some real shit, bro. So, man, and I know these younger cats in Chicago, man, as far as that whole drill scene that they got down there, man, they really they really with it, man. And them factions that they got out there, because there's so many, like I don't heard No Limit and all these different names. Are those newer factions? Are those newer factions of like the older gangs?
Yeah. Basically, what y'all got a whiff of was like, for some reason, the gang culture had really exploded in the 2010s, 11s. And all you got was a bunch of gang banging niggas who wasn't even rapping. But they got famous on the gang banging. They was like, man, how can we make some money off of it? They like, well, shit, let's start rapping. So then you get your Chief Keys, your Lil Durks. Them niggas come straight from the slums, gang banging, and had nothing else to do. It was like, shit, I'm going to turn to rapping. So Chicago people, we ain't got no industry in Chicago, really. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no movies, ain't no music, ain't no labels up here. So people got a real misconception of Chicago, and Chicago fucked up. They think you got to be real. Like the New York niggas knew, I can portray this, I'm going to be a character. The Chicago niggas got it fucked up. They think they really got to put the murders in and let you know that they got 10 bodies up under their belt to make some music and get famous, and then it just caught on, and now you got niggas in New York doing the drill, London, and they really think that's the shit, the way to go, but really, there was some shit that just got, y'all, it's hard to explain, but y'all wasn't supposed to get that. You know what I'm saying? It was real shit that was going on, and it got exposed, and Cloud is a motherfucker, man. Fame is, everybody know fame is the worst drug. That social media is a motherfucker. Like I said, I mean, you could tell because, like I said, a lot of the rap, you know, was basically set tripping. You get me? Yeah, exactly. A lot of the rap was just, it was set tripping. It wasn't really rap. It was, nigga, the homie killed your homie. You know, we from this block. You know, fuck your bitch, fuck your whatever. Fuck if you ain't from this hood. It wasn't really rap. It was really like a lot of just what I call banging on wax. You feel me? Exactly what and then because of social media and because of the adolescence in hip hop right now, niggas took that as the new form of rap. You get me? Pop a Percocet, pop a pill, fuck your bitch, kill your nigga, I killed him, you know, we don't give a fuck about them. That's just really a lot of banging on wax on some real shit. Niggas beefing on records through their neighborhoods and getting popular because the kids, like my son, he's 16, he love that shit. You get me? He loved that shit. When niggas talking about, nigga, I came through, I popped a bitch, the homie caught a murder, you know, you ain't gonna do shit, you ain't gonna pull that pistol, nigga. He loved the Lil Durk shit and the King Von shit and all that shit. He loves that shit.
That's my son. He the one, my son, I got a son that play ball at USC now, you know, young nigga. And he put me up on all that because when we used to go to them tournaments in 707, that's all he was banging in the car was Lil Durk and King Von and all them. And I noticed that the level of violence that these shorties taking their raps, it sound a little too real. You feel what I'm saying? It's like, you can tell you listen to this shit. I'm like, man, innocent shit.
I mean, like, on our aspect, you know, I talked about drive-by music. I talked about what happened when niggas pulled drive-bys and the effects of the death in the community and whatever. I didn't get on records and like, you know, I knew a nigga who got killed from so-and-so hood. And I got on record and said, yeah, your homie from so-and-so got killed, nigga. We didn't do that type of shit. You know what I'm saying? But today, it's the, like I said, with the youth and the popularity of social media and listening to them, they look at these young niggas and they be like, oh, nigga, that nigga hard, man. You know, so it kind of drove that aspect of what music is to them. You feel me? Right. Music to us was some different shit. With us, we came up and music was to us, or when we tried to explain tales from the hood, so to speak, what I tell motherfuckers, we had tales from the hood on the description of the downfalls of the neighborhood. You get me? Of doing that route. They glorify the shit nowadays. You feel me? It's glorified to talk about a nigga who got his ass killed last night. And I ain't talking about a fiction of your imagination character. They talking about the nigga who really got killed last night. You feel me?
Yeah. You know, and going back to just some stuff, man, the Turtle Banxx, I gotta tell you, it was on a Legit Ballaz album. You had the hardest penitentiary song ever. Any nigga that don't have some family go to the pen or a brother go to the pen, what was the name of that stuff? It was on the thing, and that was my cut. I banged that song every day. It was my theme song. Behind Bars, Jail Time. Yeah. Thank you. Who you had in your family that was locked up, dog? Because that was a cold beast. That got to be one of the best penitentiary songs ever made.
Homeboys. It was just an inspiration, man. Just people I knew, man, and the way it went.
Yeah, because there was some real stuff. And that's one thing. I'm going to touch on the music for a little bit because, you know, that's not our format. We don't talk about music. We ain't where you come for your promo spots and stuff. We speak with real street people about real street, you know, stuff that's going on. Y'all was kind of like the NWA of Chicago, so to speak, man, because before y'all, I can't really remember nobody else because y'all came out with Twista and y'all kind of gave him that street edge kind of. Y'all was kind of like the street edge to his sound. Am I correct?
Yeah, exactly. You know, I mean, from the beginning, you know, when Twista first hit the scene, he was with the beads and, you know, he was on the Afrocentric shit. You know, and I had told him one day, I had a talk with him, I said, man, you know, the fast shit cool, but you ain't talking about nothing. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, you need to switch it, man. I'm like, you know, not to be, but like people like Buster, Redman, novelty rap come and go. I was like, street rap, gangster rap is forever because it's the streets. The streets ain't going nowhere. So you'll be able to talk about the streets forever. You can have a career forever talking about the streets. Like 8, like Scarface, Jay, you know what I'm saying? It transcends the test of time because you live it every day. So he took that, switched the style up, and watched the money pile up.
That's crazy, man, because y'all had a real big influence because for a minute, y'all, we heard y'all on the Twista album. We know y'all was on the Adrenaline Rush and the other projects, right? Then y'all hit them with the like the Legit Ballaz stuff. I thought the Legit Ballaz stuff was gonna pop.
Yeah, we did too. It did good though.
We did too. I mean, you know, I mean, we still hold records. I mean, we was doing gold, 400,000 copies each tape we put out through Southwest, South by Southwest. We was killing them. You know what I'm saying? And then that's when Atlantic, because we was still signed to Atlantic when we was dropping them, when we did Legit Ballaz. So then they came back trying to sue us, like, you know, y'all got to stop that or, you know, bring it on into the family. So when they tried to bring it into Atlantic, you know, they had a deal for Twista solo album and they had a deal for Legit Ballaz. $1 million for Twista, 4.5 for the Legit Ballaz label. For some reason, you know, Twista didn't want to do it. Somebody, he was tired of people coming up on his name. So he said, you know, he left the 4.5 on the table when they gave it to T.I. That's how T.I. got Grand Hustle. Because Twista turned the bread down. He just wanted his $1 million for his solo album. He said he didn't want to be bothered with the rest of the shit. So he told me, like, you know, I come to him like, man, I know you ain't turned down 4.5. He like, man, you know I ain't did no shit like that. He like, nigga, it's just gonna be me and you. We just gonna get this bread, dog. And, you know, fuck all that other shit. You know what I'm saying? So the deal just fell at the wayside.
And you felt it. So that was the reason why them CDs stopped coming out then.
Exactly.
You know what I wonder sometimes though, man? It seemed like them people at them labels like playing a divide and conquer game with brothers like with black labels when they come together like that. Because see, I don't seen shit like this because I used to work in them buildings. They'd come and tell y'all that they offered them 4.5 and they really offered them no shit like that just to get y'all kind of out the way because I noticed the first thing they try to do is remove everybody's little street ties to them to get them out the way.
Yeah, that's true, but the guys was in there at the table with him when he said no. You feel me?
Right.
Okay, I'll leave that.
I'm leaving that right there.
Exactly. So, you know, but like I said, see, we come from structure, man. We gang bangers, Wig, Turtle Banks. We focus on the hustlers. We vice lords. Right. Twista ain't no gang banger. You feel me? So when we talk, my bond, if I'm telling folks something or I'm telling Rick something, you know what I'm saying? It's different with a civilian. Let's put it like that way. You know what I'm saying?